At 8:15 a.m., a single American bomber flying at 31,000 feet above Hiroshima dropped an atomic bomb. In exactly 43 seconds, an entire city of over 3.5 lakh people almost completely disappeared. The heat near the blast center was hotter than the surface of the sun. Buildings melted into dust, and so did the people inside them. But the nightmare was just beginning. 3 days later, the U.S. dropped a second atomic bomb on the city of Nagasaki. By the time war ended, 69 Japanese cities were turned to ash.
In just 80 years, they went from ashes to over $4.3 trillion GDP, becoming the fourth largest economy on earth. And they did all this with the population size of Maharashtra. The obvious explanation for this miracle is the industrial engineering, aggressive global trade, and manufacturing giants like Toyota, Sony, Honda dominating the world. But corporate success is only one half of the story. While their factories were building billions on the global stage, the Japanese people developed a unique, almost brutal personal money psychology to protect that wealth on the ground. Today, we are breaking down that money psychology. If you're in your 20s or 30s trying to navigate today's hyper-consumerist world, this video is the ultimate cheat code. In Japan, when you buy a house, you're not buying an asset. You're buying a structure that will be worth almost zero in 20 to 30 years. The moment you move in, the value drops, which means every extra square foot you add to your house is not an investment, it's a liability. Think about what actually happens when you add just one unnecessary room to your home. You have to furnish it with a bed, a wardrobe, maybe another TV. You have to cool it in summer and heat it in winter. You have to clean it, maintain it, and pay higher property tax on it every single year. It's basically a bundle of ongoing and unnecessary bills. So Japanese homes are built for exactly what's needed and nothing more. In India, we think about it in a completely different way. A bigger house equals status. An extra bedroom is a sign of our success. We take on massive home loans for space we use twice a year, maybe when relatives visit, completely ignoring what that empty room quietly costs us in maintaining it over the next 2 decades. Where we see a sign of success, they just see a subscription. It's the kind of calculation we just don't make here. And this doesn't stop at physical space. It extends to debt. See, Japan has a massive 78% credit card penetration rate, while India sits at just 5 to 6%. On paper, Japan should be drowning in consumer debt, but the reality is the exact opposite. They live by a cultural principle called shakin girai. They are basically allergic to debt. In Japan, borrowing money for lifestyle upgrades carries intense social shame because it signals a complete lack of self-control. When you pay with a card in Japan, the cashier defaults it to ikkatsu barai, meaning you pay the entire bill in full at the end of the month. To them, plastic is just digital cash, not a borrowing tool. If you want to split a payment into monthly EMIs, you have to look the cashier in the eye, ask for it, and pay a fee. The system forces social friction on you for choosing debt. Now compare that to India, where no-cost EMI sits at the checkout page before you even choose to buy. Turning that 12,000 rupees purchase into a small monthly payment of 1,000 might seem convenient. But when our mindset changes from, can I actually afford this right now, to can I manage this tiny monthly payment, it ruins our wealth. Because too much debt basically means you're signing away your future labor to someone else. The Japanese people instead choose to keep their freedom. When a Japanese budget reveals a bad purchase, they use a mindset called shikata ga nai, accepting what has happened and letting it go. They don't let guilt or ego trap them into keeping things they don't need. To them, the rule is simple. Never let a past financial mistake ruin your future focus. What's gone is gone. Also, instead of borrowing, Japanese families save their cash in the local post office, creating a massive national pool of capital. The government used these everyday deposits to issue cheap, long-term loans for national infrastructure and industrial growth. Most countries try to grow by getting you to spend money you don't have. Japan, on the other hand, built its empire by taking people's savings and using them to produce things the whole world wanted to buy. But why did the citizens save so aggressively instead of upgrading their lifestyle? because they completely refuse to pay a silent, crushing premium that destroys modern wealth, the status tax. In India, wealth is loud. It is a visible status signal used to display success. As soon as we can afford it, we drive flashy cars, live in palatial gated communities, and spend millions on massive multi-day wedding spectacles. In fact, studies show that a stunning 98% of Indian billionaires own heavy precious jewelry, and 75% of them admit they collect fine art and antiques, partly because they love to show them off to people. We pay a massive ongoing social signal tax to prove our status to outsiders. But in Japan, flashing your wealth is considered a total failure of personal character because they live by a classic proverb: the clever hawk hides its claws. You could live next door to a Japanese multimillionaire for a decade and never know it. Their homes look modest and blend into the neighborhood. Luxury is expressed through hidden inner gardens and quiet refinement, not through size and flashy materials. Even millionaires routinely drive a modest Toyota Prius. Even wealthy Japanese weddings are deeply restrained, focusing entirely on ritual, etiquette, and family respect, rather than public grandeur. Share this video with someone you think would benefit from it. Subscribe to our channel and we'll see you next time.